Everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. Bringing you some more cool stuff from my buddy's yard. Like we've told you on these other videos, he's retired, not really open to the public anymore. So if you see anything you're interested in, give me a shout. I get by here a handful of times a year. Always got to stop and see my friend, and always end up picking up some cool old pieces while I'm here because he has a ton of it. Been here since the 60s, thousands of cars, and fortunate that he has allowed me to shoot a few video clips while we're here so we can share some of it with you guys. I'm going to shoot several of them while I'm here that we'll start working into my other videos with my new inventory and as things are happening around Nobody Else's Auto. But a lot of cool stuff. Glad that he was allowed us to do this so we could share some of it with you and let you guys check it out. A lot of neat stuff in here. Mid-50s Plymouth Station Wagon. Definitely a car you don't see very often at all. These mid-50s Plymouths aren't very common anyway, much less a station wagon. We'll work our way on around this direction. Check out a Studebaker two-door sedan. About a 50, no, it might even be a late 40s. I think that's a late 40s or a Studebaker two-door sedan. And something that a lot of these old salvage yards used to have back in the day that you don't see very often, big piles of engines. You know, I still don't know why they pulled a lot of engines out, but there are several huge piles of engines around here. Not something you see anymore any day, not a practice that people do anymore, but still pretty cool. It's neat to check them out. Obviously, most of these things are salvage at this point. They've been laying here for years, but it's neat to look at them. You see all different kinds of engines, flatheads, overhead valves, V8s, inlines, just a lot of neat stuff and a little bit of everything. You can spy a nailhead Buick right down in there. We see some inline 6 stuff. Another nailhead Buick over there, looks like a poly-headed Mopar. A lot of neat stuff, and like I said, a practice that definitely doesn't happen anymore, and most of it's not any good, but neat to see, neat to check out the different styles and the way things were set up back in the day, and be able to compare and contrast. So some more cool stuff in here, and like I've told you on the other videos, if you've got some of them, a lot of these cars have been heavily stripped. A lot of them have been here for decades and decades, plus it's in a fairly wet area, so structurally a lot of them are pretty rusty as well. But there's a lot of cool stuff here. 1961 Ford Convertible. Definitely not a car you see very often. And I believe this is a 66 Coronet. Now it is just a 4-door, but there are still pieces on it. And there are a lot of nice 4-doors out there that people are still running around with that may need some bits and pieces for a good old 4-door too. So I don't discount a 4-door car either. We come around the 61 Ford Convertible and we see what was a 1962 Chevy Station Wagon. The whole back of the roof has been cut off. I don't know if somebody was trying to build a pickup out of it or what they were trying to do. Obviously been in here for a really long time. The top part's been cut off and the lower back part's pretty much been rusted off the way it's sitting there in the dirt in a low spot. So cool old wagon, just not a lot left of it. Behind the wagon, 1957 Chevy 210 two-door post. There again, pretty much been stripped and pretty much rotted away what's left there, but just neat to actually see. That's why I wanted to share it with you and take a few minutes when I should be digging through parts, but I wanted to take a few minutes to shoot some clips to share with you guys. We'll come between the 62 wagon and the 57. We see a 68 Impala two-door fastback. And a 1954 Pontiac Star Chief. Star Chiefs you don't see very often either, but you know, there's one there. Obviously been sitting here in the dirt for a long time. We're in a low area. You can see how wet it gets. The whole back of the car is basically just rusted off. And that's unfortunately the way a lot of these cars are, but there's a lot of good pieces here. So that's why I always try to stop and check, and there's so much stuff here. I always find different stuff than I even remember being here from before. Little Mercury Comet, 71 Chevy Impala 4-door. Like I said, it just goes on and on in here. And all this stuff is sitting pretty much where it was sat when it came in here, whether it came in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. That's pretty much where it's at today. So like I said, not a lot of savable cars in here, unfortunately, because it is a wet area and there's quite a bit of rust here. There's still a lot of good pieces. I always got to stop by and see my friend, and I always end up picking up some cool pieces. So anyway, that's what we've got for you tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed checking it out and like the video. If you're on Facebook, please share the video with your friends. Invite them to give the page a like so they can hang out with us. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. And you like this old iron, be sure to check out my other videos. Old cars, old trucks, memorabilia, gas and oil, that's what we do on here. That's what I know, that's what I love, and that's what we have fun doing. So appreciate my buddy allowing us to shoot some clips in here, even though he's not open, but it lets me share some of it with you, let you guys check some of this stuff out, and it's cool, neat stuff. So thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you spending a few minutes out of your evening to hang out with me, check out some cool iron, and see what we've got going on. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned. More videos coming from here. Thanks, and we'll see you soon on the next one.